Echinacea, good evening, welcome to the stream. Hopefully the picture should come back shortly with you by now. I don't quite know why it chose to disconnect, but it did. Welcome, hello. Okay, that looks a bit better. It's only this darker. Yeah, and they're gonna match, but we'll come back to those. I'm gonna just carry this colour range across the rest of these. Okay, now then, that looks a little odd. I think what I might do is just blend it with this here. That looks a bit better that way. You sort of look too thin at the front for the bottom of that strand of hair. That's a little bit too strong a highlight, and probably there as well, so we'll just tone that down a little bit. There's okay, but it's sort of, yeah, that's better. I think it wants to tone out a bit. So we sort of still have that highlight there, but it's just not quite as visible. It's more hinted at again than it is actually physically present. Still have to remember not to start and stop these individual pen strokes in the same place, otherwise it creates a line. It also creates blobs, but it sort of creates lines which are visible, which I want to try and avoid. Okay, that looks dark to me here, but actually doesn't look at all dark on screen, so we'll add some more colour in. By colour I mean shade. I wouldn't particularly have a problem using words like shade. If I was doing this in black and white, if I was using an airbrush, for example, using white on black, or even black on white for that matter, I would be calling it light and shade, but because it's whilst it's still monochrome, it's this brown colour. I have a strong tendency to describe it as colour when I actually mean darken. So I'm going to add colour. I'm not going to add a different colour, I'm just going to make it darker. So if you're getting confused by me actually saying, adding colour and wondering what colour it is I'm adding, that's what I mean. I'm just darkening down the element. I'm doing it in two ways. I'm running quite dark thin lines, as well as just a general overall sort of shade, darken down as I go over. Which just sort of fills in the background a little bit, and that needs to just fade out a bit. So there's a bit of painting what I know rather than what I see here, which is kind of wrong. The idea is always to paint what you see, not what you know, because what you know fools you sometimes, because you just can't visualize what it is that you're seeing. But generally speaking, it's the right thing to do. Here, just because this is a complex hairstyle on the actual reference, there's just no way I could actually replicate the hairstyle directly, and a direct copy, and it's thousands of hairs obviously. So what I'm doing is just doing something that's like Now, because I'm doing something that's like, and I'm not actually copying, then I've kind of got a problem of where light and shade would be is going to be slightly different to what it would be if this was real. So if I look at this and I look at the reference picture, the two are different in terms of hairstyle. This is of the style of the hairstyle. If that doesn't sound confusing. But what it means is I've got to sort of guess where shadows would be and where two lots of hair go underneath each other, where they dark, where you see dark places and things like that. So it is a situation where I'm actually, painting what I think rather than what I see, and that in itself is an interesting challenge. See what looks odd here, and that is actually the fact that the hair strokes are not actually continuous. Ow. Pen is also a little bit hot. I'm holding it almost vertically instead of over at a slight angle. And because it's almost vertical, what's happening is the heat is obviously coming straight up into my fingers. And it's hot. Heat usually is hot, that's one of the clever things about it, I suppose, but it gets a little bit uncomfortable. What I potentially should do at this point, for doing this, which is essentially sort of almost single hairs, will be to get a knife blade out, a heated knife blade, and whilst I do have one, this is where tipping this blade, this tip up on its end like this, allows me to just draw with the edge of it, and it's a sharp edge. Probably as sharp as the knife blade edge is, but it won't cut as well just because it's a small edge, where of course a knife blade is somewhat of a longer edge. Now they were a little, and that one still is a little bit too sort of tiger striped. Even though hair does have somewhat of a varied colour, and it does sometimes appear banded, that just looked a little odd. Ow. Okay, that's looking better. This area here isn't, and this is a little bit, that's a little bit. A little bit is, it's a little bit not right. So we'll work on that. Now then, this is going under there, so again, what I think rather than what I see, but this sort of group of hair is actually passing under this one. So in theory, as it passes under along the edge, you'll get a shadow, even though the flash in this particular case is at this end. Artistic license, I'm going to show the shadow, which shouldn't be there, but you kind of expect it to be. So sometimes you do things because of expectation rather than because they're actually present. And you sometimes do things, you know, because of that. There's an expectation, especially if people, well, lots of people aren't artists, and so whilst I understand why I wouldn't have a shadow, say here, somebody who hasn't got that experience probably wouldn't understand why, and therefore expects to see it, and therefore, because they don't see it, think it's wrong. And this is a small bit which obviously wouldn't have that real effect, but sometimes we do things like that which are wrong, but they're wrong because people expect to see them. Glairebug. Yeah, I'm back. Well, for tonight anyway. Hopefully tomorrow as well. Don't know at the moment. Sometimes, well, at the moment, yeah, the situation with work means I'll stream when I can, and sometimes I just don't feel like it. And sometimes I'm just home too late to do it, because it seems like a good idea to eat occasionally. It might not feel like it, but it does seem like a good idea. Twitch is back up. Okay, has it been down? It disconnected me about 20 minutes ago, but it came straight back up again. Mind you, I'm wondering if it does show me as being offline. Yeah, Twitch is showing me as offline, isn't it? I'm probably offline, but well, I am offline, but broadcasting. No, it thinks I'm offline. So that probably means that